Good Erev Shabbos and a good Chodesh, last day of the month of Nisan, which is a month that heralds redemption and the Exodus as we celebrated over Pesach. So today's Rosh Chodesh, and we go into a second day of Rosh Chodesh tonight, which also begins the month of Iyar, the only month in the year which has a mitzvah every single day. And that's the mitzvah counting of the Omer. So I'm going to start off with Mincha, which if you've got, as I have, the regular old-fashioned Singer's Prayer Book, it's on page 99. Ashrei Yeshvei Veisecho, and Yehalelucha Selo, Ashrei Yom Shekochole, Ashrei Yom Shadino, Yelahom Tidon, Choyam Chelim, Shem Chelim, and Golato, and Hos, the Shama Sechem, with the Sechem, the Dak with the Shama Sechem, the Sechem, Yementos. Zeker after Chayabi with Sit Kos, Yanani, no Khan of Rahma, the Rayapam, the Choset, Tayvad and Elkom, Rahma Komas, we do Hadon, the Komas, has the Hiba, who Kokvay Mahusraime, was Kavan Yaviad, was over the Mahus, Kamahus, Kanon, Michal, Holder, but they say Mechad, the Honor, the Holafim. Eine Khedelecha Isaberu Viat, and they send himself with the Pesach Shadecha. ומשביע לך חיירות צוין צדיק אדוני בכל דרכו וחוסר בכל מעשו קרוב אדוני בכל קרוב בכל שקר ואמס לצוין ירב יעשה ושמוס משמע וישם שומר אדוני זכרי אבו ויש כל שמש מתהילס אדוני דם בפי ויברך כל בוסו שם קוד שלנו ואנחנו נברך יום עד עולם hallelujah. I'm going to be adding in Ya'aleh V'Yavo in honor of Rosh Chodesh. Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu v'Elehei Abiseinu v'Elehei Avraham v'Elehei Yitzchak v'Elehei Yaakov Ho'el HaGod Nagiv v'Elehei Gemei Chazam Tevim Kenechem Zechem Chazav V'Zmei V'Gol Livnei V'Elehei Lemach Shpoi B'Yavo Melech Zeiru Mashiach Magen Baruch ato Adonai Magen Avraham ato Gibay Lelel Madan Mechim Chayim Eisim Atarav Leishia Mechalkal Chaim Bechesed Mechayim Eisim Rachmin Rabin Samech Chayim V'Chayim Matzasu Mechem Benosot Shana Far Micha Mechobak Bus Midya Melach Melech Me Misu Mechayim Atzmiach Yeshua Ben Emratanach Yismisim Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayim Eisim Atah Kadosh Yishim Chal Kadosh Yukadesh Mechalim Yadav Chesed Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh Atah Chanei Lodas Leishven Chalim V'Chach Midas Baruch Atah Adonai Chanein Hadoas Hashiveno v'Resesach v'Karvei D'Machino v'Desach v'Hesem v'Soshav v'Shav v'Fenech Baruch Atah Adonai Haroitze b'Teshuva Slach lana v'Nikichadon v'Chalon v'Chalom Legilev Sham V'Keda v'Zalchat Baruch Atah Adonai Chanun Hama Be'Lis Loyach Reivani v'Nigalin v'Nigalin Mashmach Ha'Kel Chazakat Baruch Atah Adonai Gayel Yisroel Fein Adonai v'Nafi Yoshinu V'Shei Kasesenot V'Hal Yaruch Hafush L'Mecham Kasedu K'Yemer Chufinem V'Rachmanat Baruch Atah Adonai Reifechoi L'Yam Yisroel Baruch Aleinu Adonai Sasham Nasei Sveis Kumeis Vazal Teva V'Sein Bracha B'Dam V'Samin B'Divach V'Shasenek Shem V'Tzvacha Baruch Atah Adonai Mevarech HaShadim Kabbalat Shabbat God L'Chei Nevitzan L'Sekabes Golu Yosef Kapteini Yachad Miyam B'Kamfetz Oretz Baruch Atah Adonai Mekabes Nitchei Yam Yisroel Hashiv V'Shavtein K'Varoshen V'Yatzein V'Anchil V'Asamin Yagam V'Nach V'Lach Leina Atah Adonai V'Atcha B'Chesed V'Rachamim Tzedek Baruch Atah Adonai Melechei Hev Tzedakah Mishpah Amashimati Sik V'Chalavim Chazek V'Chavei V'Chaves Machos Shemesach Shemesach Magen V'Sachni Avim Heva Ben Baruch Atah Adonai Shoyvet Evim V'Machni Azidim Ala Tzadik Yemal Chasid Masidam Chabes Yisrael Pesach V'Kesed V'Neyo Yev Nachmech Adonai Len V'Seisach V'Lavet Chamishav Chaviyem V'Sisif Chakin Mahel V'Len Levishki V'B'Tachnu Baruch Atah Adonai Mishana Miftach LaTzadikim Leishtam Yechabrachten Tashe V'Seishkim V'Sech Hashvad V'Chesed V'Zech Tachim V'Nez V'Gim V'Nen Baruch Atah Adonai V'Nei Yerushalayim Etzetzem Adavet Atacham Esim Zech Chantem V'Shezach K'Lishos HaKivinu Kalayim Baruch Atah Adonai Matzmiach Ekeren Yeshua Shema Keleinu Adonai Eloheinu Chutz V'Rach B'Leinu V'Kabe V'Rach V'Rasin V'Daseinu Ki El Shemeh Tefilas Nisach Leinu Atam V'Nacham Ekin V'Ikmat Shvenu Ki Ato Shemeh Tefilas Kope Baruch Atah Adonai Shemeh Tefilah Letzei Adonai L'Mam Chesav V'Sasam Shei V'Chashav V'Sach V'Shei Sas V'Lasma V'Skabaras V'Siras V'Tamadu V'Lesis Sora Mecha Eloheinu V'Elehei Aviseinu Ya'aleh V'Yavo V'Yagiya V'Yeroem V'Yerotzeh וישמע ויפקד ויזכר זכרנו פתייננו ובזכרן אבויseinu וזכרן משיח בן דוד עבדך וזכרן ירושלים עיר קודשך וזכרן כל עמך בית ישראל לפניך לפליטה טובה לכן חסד רחם ביום תמשול ביום ראש החידש הזה זכינו אדוני אלוהינו בני טובה ופקדנו וידברכה והשענו לחיים ובדבר ישוע ברחמו חוסר חדנו ברחמו לנו ושנקה לכננו גמלכנו ברחמתו ושחזנו נן ושוב חלצייה ברחמי ברוכת אדוני המחזי שכינוסי לציון מוידים אנחנו לך שדהו אדוני אלוהינו ולהי עושנו ולצורכי למגן שלנו אותו לדוד חסמת לסחו הרחיינו מסוימתך מיירנו ושלח בגודסך ונסח שבחמנו ואנו בלסך ותבזש בכל עסק וצערים הטוב ליכל לכם חבר מחלי סמך חסדך לכמילם כבינו לך ועל כולם מסברך וסמי שם מסברך ושם ושם שם כן תמיד וחמידך הצער להשם כל המיטב ושעושן וסנסר הטוב ברוך אתו אדוני הטוב שמך לכל אלוהי דייס Sim shalom tei barach chaim chaim chesed barach moleinu shalom barach moleinu 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 shalom v'tei v'nechal barach esam choshav b'chalei so b'chashav b'shtamech baruch Adonai hamavarech esam Yisrael b'shalom Yiskadal oops Oise shali b'mem v'yasa shalom aleinu v'akal Yisrael v'yimru ameinu z'midach Adonai Eloheinu v'z'nishibat hebes hamikdash memheira v'yameinu v'sechal kedu v'soiro sechal. I nearly started Kaddish there. I thought for a minute I was a minion. All you wonderful people out there gave me the feeling that the Shekhinah is present, and I nearly started Kaddish. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adonai ha'keles his glorious v'shasam. Shunde teshem haviye said on the submission of coming from the Son of the Class of the other usual Zaka, Kadam Shaman Dakas and Valke, the Kabbalat Shabbat, and less of his Zakalav Galilim in other places, second and Hashem Company. After they say the Hokarish, Akiri, the Kish of the Hate Hakabek, Shabalas of the Hadin all him. You have read with Shem Khoikait in the Kabakulam and Semis Hasan and Kemach Shelkahi. Holy and the Atim Lech Bakhavek Hakas, so besides the Hadin and Khalave. Vahayadonai Melech Hakol Haaretz Bayom Hahu Yiyeh Adonai Echad Ushamai Echad. Right, we now begin Kabbalat Shabbat. Thank you, Miss from Croydon. Welcome to you all. And we will start off with that famous song you know so well. It doesn't have it in my singers, but most of you are familiar with it. Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh of Harachamon Meshach Avdecha El Retzoinecha Yaharutz Avdecha Kama Hayah Yishtachave Elamol Hadarecha Yerav Lo Yedid Dosecha Minoi Fehetsuv V'chol Toam Adonai Ziv Ha'olam Nafshi Chayala Savosecha Ana Elena Lafana V'ha'alo Hisla No Yamzivecha Hastis Chazek V'sis Rapeh V'ha'isa Hala Simchas Olam V'sik Yemuna Rachamecha V'chusana Yahatis Salam Abeinahu v'chos ki ze kamon nechsef nechsafti lirois meheram siferes uzecha yeram lo yedidei secha Lechamda achamda lihi v'chuhusana v'yati salam Higalehena ufrois chavivi alai Yesu chashay mecha ta'ir eretz mikvaydecha Hagilam nismechavach maherehoi kivamaye v'chaneinu ki me'olam. Hi, John, all the way from Encliffe Park. Did it I lie, did it I lie, did it I lie. Da-da-da, lie, did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-am, bam, did-it-I, lie, 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 did-it-I, die, 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 did-it-I, lie, 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 ya ma 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 did it la 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 ya la 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 did it la 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 did it ya ma 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 did it la 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 did it da 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 did it la 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 da 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 lam ba ba bam bam did it la 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 da da la 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 did it la 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 la. If you got the old singers, it's page 142. If you got the newer version, it's 223. And if you've got the arts chord, it's page 308. Please join me. I can hear you, not quite in the audible way, but my soul hears you, so please join in. Lachun ranenala dainoi Naria letzu yeshedu Nekad mafa nabesahoida Bizmi rois naria loi Kio koda adonai melech koda la koda lehim asher b'yodei mechrei aretz v'salam asher lehim Bayu nishtach v'nichani v'chol v'nei Adonai Yoseinu ki hu eleiheinu v'nachnu ha'maretz v'sei yodei yom v'chol s'esvat v'shalachim kiyu ki emes ma'midah asher nitzuni avosechem v'chanuni gam rochani habayim shalom v'kod b'doi v'yomaram toyei levavheim v'heim lo yadu derachai Asher nishpati v'yahapi im yevoyun el menuchasi. Shiru l'Adonai shichod, Shir l'Adonai kol ha'shalom. Savagim goydu cholam le'izim le'tzim l'Adonai v'nenu ha'kol le'ldayhim v'yolim elilim v'adu ilai shamayim asay v'ramazim le'zim. Habla Adonai k'marais, habla Adonai k'veish ma'asim l'chol le'v'nechatsa yishal. Ishtacha v'ladani v'hadas chedit chidum v'v'chanav kalaris imru v'akim adonai malach haftiyotem yismechu hashamayim v'sogel haaretz yiram hayom u'meloyoy yaloi sodai v'chol asher boy as yiramdenu Kolatzei Yohar Lifnei Adoyanai Kiva Lishbeit Haaretz Yishbeit Tevel B'tzedek Ve'amim ve'emunasoi Adonai malach token Hadis Yisukam Namim Je weet dat de mensen van de stad wat ik al zo het is wat ze met begin dat je de mensen willen gaan dat je dat in de zaak alles maar dan lees zaak al die ja bij adoi no yes nura shoy mere nashis chasida miyad reshavim yatzilem Zaru ala tzadik, Ol Yisrael neheve simcha, simchut tzadikim b'adonai, v'hoidu lezecher kadeshoi. Mizmei shiru Adonai shechodesh k'nchas Hey, die Adonai schwarze den Akem, Gilat Zitka, sei Zachas, und das weiß alles. Pitz gewann an Zamen, Zamadar Mechid, Sie, noch hat sie, Yerama Yamla, Teve, Yeshveba, Naharishim, Chaochop, Yachad Harim, Yeranei, Du, Lifnei Adonai, Yekiva, Lishboit haaretz yishboit tevehem b'tzedek ve'amim b'mei shorim Adonai melech yigzeh am yeshev korovat alezadem tzavdadam yedu shimcha neir gadam neir Vai Mill Hill Vai Hull Leeds in Sheffield When I came, Malaliloisam, Raimemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu, Leharkat Shoy, Ki Kadai Shaddai Enoi Eloi Heyenu. Next one is I need your help. I need you to go ay 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 in the middle. All right, everybody knows how to do ay ay ay. Mizmo Haile David, Havuladoi Noi Benei Elim. Ay 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 ay. Havuladoi Noi Kavod V'Ohos. Ay la 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 la. Havuladoi Noi Kavod Shemahoi. Ay la la ya 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 Yishtachavu ladavo v'noi B'hadras kodesh ay 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 Kol Adonai alamoyim Ela kavod hirim Adonai amayim rabim bim 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 Kol Adonai b'hakoyach Ay la 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 Kol Adonai behadar, ay 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 ay. Kol Adonai shover arazim, ay la 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 la. V'shaber Adonai yesarezei, halevanon ay ay ay. V'yakidem kemo boy egal levanon v'siryan kemo v'yemim. Kol Adonai chaytzei v'hav v'seish. Kol Adonai yachil midbar. Ay 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 ay. Yachil Adonai midbar kodesh. Ay la 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 la. Kol Adonai yachil la yalois. V'yachsoif yarois. Uvei chalav v'kuloi, ay merkahavai, ay ay ay. Adonai lahamabol yoshav yeshem v'Adonai melech li'olam. Adonai ois li'ama yitain, Adonai yevarech esamoi v'shalom. Staffordshire. Oei, geweldig. Oh, dan doen we And this is Lachadoidi with a number of different tunes in it. Lachadoidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla Lachadoidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla Lachadoidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla Shamar v'zachar b'tibur echad Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shma echad L'shem l'siferes v'l'silah L'echad aidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla L'echad aidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla L'kras Shabbos lechu v'nelcha Ki hi mekor habracha Meirosh mikedem nesucha Semase b'machshavot tchila L'chadoidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla Beram bam 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 L'chadoidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Number 3, Mikdash Melechi Melucha Kumitzi mitoich ha'haficha Rav lach sheves b'yemek habacha V'hu yachmoil alayichem la L'echad aidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla L'echad aidi l'kras kala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Change the tune. Number 4. Hisna ari me'afar kumi Elif shibitei sichatei chami Ahal yan ben yishai be'etz halachmi Karov nafshi gehe yahala bom bom L'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla L'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Number 5. Hisayrari Ki ba'ayre chumi ayri Uhuri yori shedaberi Kevayd Adonai alayich nihigla bam bam L'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla L'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Change tune. La. Number 6. Is it number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say number 6. La. Say v'shiva la. Si kol mi matish techachi. Heyom matehemi. Bam bam. Vach. Yechesu ani. Ye. Even if Nessa Irahaltila Lechodaidi Likras Kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Number 7. V'hayu l'shisa shavvesa yichvarach hakukam men bala yech yaseh salah yech ha'leh ha'yech ki'ensais chasam ha'kahala l'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla Yaminu smalti efraitzi v'es Adonai ta'aritzi al yadi yesh mehen pahatzi V'nismecha v'nagila l'echad aidi l'kras kahala Penei Shabbos nekabla. Let me turn it around, excuse my back. Avoyi v'shalom materes bala Gam b'simcha v'tzahara, Torchem udnei am segula, Bayichala, Lechadaydi Likras Kala Pene Shabbos Nekabla Bizmashin Yom HaShabbos Tov L'Heidos we need you all to join in for this one. 1, 2, 3. Tzadikata ha'yififrach keyeres avanai yeske shesulim Beheves Adoyanoi Bechatzroyes Eloheinu Yafrichu Oid Yenuhudun Beseva the Shayanim Verananim Yeyu Lagi Ki Yashahara Doyanoi Suri Velai Havla Saboy. Yep. Adonai Malach Yosef is Mikael Ismaim Rabbi Madirim Mishbereyam Adir Mamoroi Madoyanoi Yedoyesecha Nemenum Miyavoy Levescha Noavakoidesh Adoyanoi Liyahoirech Yamim. That's the end of the dabbling. Just leave you a quick thought, if I may. What's the number 8? Well, what is the number? It's 8. Well, yes. But what is the significance of 8? Because if you look in this week's Sedra, which is a double whammy, Tazria-Metzora deals a lot with what is generally known as leprosy, but some sort of spiritual disease that looks very much like leprosy that attacks a person if they speak gossip. But right at the beginning of the Parashat, and gossip here, by the way, we mean it's true. If newspapers follow this law, it's it, they're out of business. So the beginning of this Parashat talks about having a child. If a woman was to give birth and have a child, and then there's this one verse that appears there that says, "Over Yom Hashmini Yimo Basar Olosei." On the 8th day, he shall be circumcised. Why 8th day? Why not immediately when the child is born? And if you're going to wait, Vasepus 8 days, maybe 7 days, maybe 9 days, 10 days, maybe make 2 weeks out of it. What is the significance of the number 8? Explain the mystical books and the teachings of the Kabbalah. You can check this in Madonna. The 8 is one more than 7. That's brilliant, that is. Well, 7 is like the days of a week. a cycle, a familiar cycle, something which goes back to the beginning and starts over again. Every fraction of 7 uses the same numbers and same 6 numbers and comes back to the beginning. 142857, 142857. And whichever fraction you do, 1 7th, 2 7th, 3 7th, you always get the same digits, just starting from a different place. That's 7 because it's a cycle. It's the normal. It's the ordinary. And that's what a week is. Life goes by in weeks. 8 is therefore one more than 7. It represents extraordinary. What does that mean? That means we are talking here about something which is beyond normal, beyond regular, beyond ordinary, and that is the circumcision of a Jewish child. Now, normally, we talk about a child being bar mitzvah. For the boys, it's at 13, for the girls, at 12. And we say that that's the point where you become obligated to fulfill commandments. That's what bar mitzvah means. So, what does that mean? So while a child is growing up, they're actually not obliged to do anything at all. But there's one commandment that we do. We don't ask his opinion. We don't wait for the child to say, hey, you go ahead with this circumcision. You okay with this? We don't ask him. We say we're going to do it, and we do it the 8th day, whether you like it or not. And usually, this is one of those commandments that, as mystical as it is, almost universally accepted and done, even by those who are not necessarily that religious. Because the circumcision is more than that. It's called a brit in Hebrew, which means a covenant. It's about the relationship that you have with the good Lord. If you're a man, it requires a physical covenant to be made. With a woman being so refined and spiritual, does not require anything, but it's as if she has the same covenant. And so that striking of a bond and a relationship with the good Lord does not depend on whether you understand it or not. It's extraordinary. That's why we do it on the 8th day. Because we are saying, listen, young man, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, you are a Jew and you will always be connected to God. So all of you listening, watching, wherever you are in the world, know that you are a Jew. Know that you have a unique connection with the Almighty, and know that that connection is a source of a lot of challenges that we have throughout the world. We see it constantly. However much we suffer and be pushed from pillar to post, we still retain our Jewishness. We still stay connected. It doesn't matter how far a Jew distances himself. It's independent of that. It's the 8th day. It is beyond what you feel, experience, choose to do or choose not to do. You still remain connected. Interestingly, the festival of Sukkot does not have 7 days in Israel. It has 8 days. And the 8th day is known as Shmini Atzeret. And that is a day reserved for the Jewish people. Again, the number 8. Because the Jewish people's connection with God is extraordinary. God is connected with everybody. Every human being has a soul, no exception. And that soul is a part of God. But the Jewish people have something different to them. They are the Segula, as we read a few weeks ago in the Torah readings. So this connection will withstand any attempt to disconnect it. It's not something you can get rid of. You always remain connected. And finally, we're always hoping and praying in the coming of Mashiach, the Messiah. And it is reputed that King David has a harp which will be played when Mashiach comes, when the Messiah arrives. In fact, it's referred to in the book of Psalms, the harp. And this harp, guess how many strings it has? Yes, 8 strings. Because our connection with God and the Mashiach will be beyond anything natural you've ever seen before. So wherever you are, and I saw lots of names flitting across the screens there, and I couldn't. There's one from Cop Foster's, which is very close to where I grew up, which is in Enfield. And so good Shabbos to you all. Have a good Chodesh. Have a wonderful month ahead of you. Keep hopeful and look upwards, and always find something good in yourself and in somebody else. because you really and truly are extraordinary. Good Shabbos and good Chodesh.